Peace and love, y'all. TNR Network on the check-in. Bone Simmons. I'm here. And y'all see I'm in the middle of nowhere. In a little box, in a cube. No distractions. Which brings us to our next episode. Which is episode 2, Think and Grow Rich. Distractions. Y'all ready?
Cold beats.
I don't do the he said. I don't care what she said. I don't even see the bed. I'ma sleep when I'm dead. Less tea, more bread. Less tea, more bread. Less tea, more bread. Show me the money instead. I like to identify things, and I feel like you can find any information that you're looking for if you have good study habits, right? Good researching habits. If you know how to extract the information, you can get it from it. 3 whys to explain why and what kind of distractions you may be dealing with and why you could be dealing with. One of those whys could be just pushing you towards something that you're not focusing on. Now, breaking that down, what I'm saying is supposed to be a pilot, and your calling is to be a pilot, and you know this in your heart, and what would complete you would be, becoming a pilot, flying in a plane. Turned out to be a plumber. So while you're going to your plumbing job every day and your life consists of plumbing duties, you're gonna feel incomplete. You're gonna have feelings of misery and all type of backward and wrong emotions, unfulfilling emotions. And that's simply because, the universe is trying to send you a message, or, the path that you're on is not completing you. It's not going to do it for you. The plumber is not going to do it for you. So it's a simple matter of you're being distracted from your plumber duties because that's not really what you're supposed to be doing. Right? Now, we got to understand sometimes that could be more difficult than others to get to that point to even know exactly what you want to do and what makes you happy. But at some point in your life, you did know that. At some point in your life, once that was introduced to you, or, things associated with that. So sometimes you may have to do some backtracking. You may have to do some realization, some thinking, some recalling, and meditating, whatever. But you got to figure out what it is that make you happy, and what skills that's associated with the world today that we live in that you can acquire and pursue in order to put yourself in a position where that's how you live. And since this is Teach and Reveal, we'll be revealing some ways of how we could deal with those, how we can combat those distractions and stay focused on the course to success. A second reason why you could be dealing with some distractions is, sometimes we have obstacles that we are put in a position and things are put in front of us. We're put in situations where we have to overcome them in order to reach internal series of lessons, I believe, right? That's how we evolve to the next level of understanding, which will help you navigate in the world and succeed. Right? You may have situations in your life that make you come face to face with things that you fear, the things that you are uncomfortable with. So these things may present themselves as a distraction from your normal comfortability, but these are the things that you have to overcome in order to acquire what you need to take the next step. Things, they can recreate them. They can come up again. You can find yourself being faced with the same situations, lessons that you may have tried to avoid and deflect in any kind of way, but it's your responsibility to face these things. So the universe is going to keep putting those things in your way. You're going to keep having these obstacles that you're looking at as distractions. And we had maybe destiny pushing you towards something. So the first 2 would be obstacles and destiny. The why that we had of distractions that we could be dealing with is this is maybe the first distraction, the initial distraction, and that's enemies, adversaries, whatever you want to call it, however you want to address it, haters. You know what I mean? We got to understand that we're going to have this distraction in life. You're going to be working towards a goal, and You're going to be moving towards something. You're going to be growing and evolving and reaching and finalizing something and closing in on something. And it's going to be forces against that. The sun shine and it's going to be a shadow. You know what I mean? The sun's going to come out and then the moon's going to come. Like, you're going to want to move and somebody going to want to stop you. You know what I mean? We, you know, I would say unfortunately, but, you know, these things make us better and stronger. So fortunately for you, and hopefully I would say, you have tools to, you know, to defeat you. I'm going to give you a few tools, but, you know, just understanding is the greatest. And, you know, being prepared, being strong, you know, mentally, that's having knowledge. That's spiritually, that's having understanding. And knowledge leads to that understanding. But, you know, spiritually, the meditating and the belief and the hope, you know, and physically, you know, stay strong, eat healthy, work out, you know, because your enemies is going to come at you in all different ways. And you're going to have to be prepared physically, mentally, and spiritually for a fight, you know what I mean, for some understanding. So, you know, that's just one of those distractions that has been with a man since the beginning of time, and it's going to be here, you know, until that final war is for enemies. You know, don't let them distract you. 3 whys for distractions, right? Of 3 reasons why people get distracted a lot of the times. A lot of those distractions fall under these. Dealing with these distractions can be difficult. You know, people can lose their mind, lose their freedom, lose their life, you know, lose their spirituality. You know, distractions can take you anywhere, you know. But to stay focused is to achieve success, is to find happiness, is to be content with your life, you know. So I want to give y'all 3 tools to help with these distractions, to overcome distractions, to stay focused and succeed, because we're trying to think and grow rich, and this is Teach and Reveal. First tool I'm going to give y'all is discretion. What is discretion? Discretion is simply, ultimately, being able to recognize good from evil. Now, what takes discretion is, I would have to say, knowledge and understanding of things in the world and where you want to go, right? Once you understand how things work and you understand where you want to go, then now you know what things you want to incorporate in your life to get you where you're going. That's morals, right? That's your priorities. So now once you have your morals and your priorities straight, and you have these things in order, then now you're in a position where, you know, you have to apply these things in your everyday life. You understand? So applying these things in your everyday life is using discretion, recognizing good from evil. Once you know something is not conducive to your success, that could be places, that could be people, that could be things. You know, if you know you trying to be in your top physical shape to perform or to just be healthy, then you can't eat snacks. You can't buy, unhealthy snacks, right? So discretion is recognizing whatever because that could be people, places, or things. Just like that, you can recognize, you know, if you're trying to be safe and you're trying to be productive, then you need to clear yourself from unproductive people, from dangerous people. Same thing, you know. So it's basically recognizing the things that you need that's going to be conducive to your success, and making a pros and a cons, a list of do's and don'ts, a list of good and evil, things that help and things that hurt. And you got to stick to that list and stay away from the things that, you know, that's going to take you off, that's going to keep you distracted. That's discretion, recognizing good. A second one is resiliency, right? Because you got to understand that when you are on a path to greatness, you know, things is going, first of all, you got to understand, things is never going to be just smooth sailing straight. You know what I mean? It's not going to be a straight line. So you're going to have times where you're going to wake up in the morning where you're not going to feel like doing much. You're going to have to work out at times where you feel like just being lazy. You're going to have to fight at times where you feel like just sitting down. You know what I mean? So resiliency is going to have to come into play, because what you got to understand, if you have a 10-step process, you got to understand that at the beginning of this, we already recognized and we already identified what we wanted to do, right? And where we wanted to go. So therefore, you know, once you do that before step 1, and you start going on step 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, when you get to 6 and you just over that halfway mark and you feeling a little weary, because that's gonna happen. Things evolve, things rotate, and your feelings are gonna rotate, and doubts is gonna creep in, and questions is gonna creep in, and distractions is gonna be knocking at your door, right? And peering up your wall. But you have to understand that when you get to that 6 point, how to get to 7, 8, 9, and 10, some of those times, maybe for 2 of those steps, you're going to have to just be on autopilot. You're going to have to know that you already figured that out, and you're not letting that doubt creep in. You're being resilient. You staying tough. You staying down through those tough times, and you just going because you already know. You know what I'm saying? It's like how these things supposed to play. You know what I mean? So the last thing I'm going to say, this last tool is energy. And that's big. You know, that's keeping your space clear, and that's keeping your energy clean and keeping your energy pure. You know, that's kind of like discretion, but this is the doing part. This is the manifestation part kind of having that discretion. So having your space clear is, listen, man, you have something valuable to you. You know, don't have people that don't know the value of things. Don't have disrespectful people around it. You know, don't bring it to the savages. They're not going to respect it. Of having your energy clear is, you know, physically you can see in those physical things, but, you know, it's revealing. It's another step, and not to try to get too deep with y'all. It's a lot of people that's on the fence and not kind of understand it, but want to grasp things. So I'm kind of here to walk people across the bridge, right? So understanding that energy from a spiritual aspect, we got to understand that quickly the things that align us are the things that align with the universe. And when other things come in the path of that, they can affect that. And if you care about what affects yours and how, then you got to guard that and keep your eyes on that. Physically, that's people, you know. Places that you put yourself can materialize into. That was a quick recap, right, on some distractions or reasons why we could be dealing with distractions, which is destiny pushing you towards where you're supposed to be, obstacles, you know, attitudes and things that you must overcome, and enemies and adversaries, things that just opposing to what you want, right? And then we got ways to deal with these things, like discretion, being able to recognize the good from the evil, right? Resiliency, being able to stay down and stay focused and not letting the weary times or the doubt knock you off your feet, you know what I mean? And clearing your space, keeping your energy and your space clean, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Those are 3. I hope everybody get this message. If you know anybody struggling through life, if it's not for you specifically, then pass this message along. You know what I mean? Each one teach one. I mean, spreading love and light. Peace and love, y'all. TNR Network. I'll show you this beautiful little place, man. What the heck?
Cold beats.
I don't do the he said. I don't care what she said. I don't even see the bed. I'ma sleep when I'm dead. Less tea, more bread. Less tea, more bread. Less tea, more bread. Show me the money instead.